cue the Rocky training montage, muscles gleaming, sweat dripping, and a glass of raw eggs hoisted like a trophy from the gods. Generations have watched Sylvester Stallone's Rocky down his pre-dawn protein shake, straight from the shell, and thought, of course, this is how legends are forged. Suddenly, guzzling raw eggs became as essential to gym culture as grunting loudly mid-deadlift. Gyms, kitchens, and TikTok's shadowy corners alike bought into the myth. Raw eggs. Hulk-level strength and biceps that could bend steel. But here's the punchline. Science crashes the party. Cooking eggs actually makes your body absorb that precious protein far better, meaning raw eggs are about as useful as a 1-pound dumbbell in a strongman competition. Then there's salmonella, the grim reality check Mother Nature sends straight to your gut. Downing raw eggs is more likely to ignite a gastrointestinal cage match than build any serious muscle. In short, unless you're training for the Vomit Olympics, scramble your eggs. Your stomach will send you a thank you card. While raw eggs are often credited with boosting strength, some believe that certain vegetables like nightshades are harmful to health. Ever heard the rumor that biting into an eggplant is basically playing culinary Russian roulette? Nightshades have such a villainous rep. Even Dracula would raise an eyebrow. These infamous veggies, tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, and peppers, are basically the A-list celebrities topping your favorite pizza. The myth goes like this. Eat a nightshade, and you're doomed to joint inflammation, mysterious aches, or, if you trust the internet, spontaneous combustion. Okay, not really, but wouldn't that make Taco Tuesday more exciting? This paranoia dates back to when bitter was code for probably trying to poison you. Here's the kicker. Nightshades contain alkaloids. No, not a secret society, just natural compounds that are totally safe in normal doses. No solid study blames moderate nightshade munching for arthritis or chronic ailments, unless you have a rare sensitivity, in which case, kudos to your picky palate. So unless salsa mugged you in the cafeteria, nightshades aren't out to get you. In fact, they're packed with antioxidants and vitamins, much more likely to cure hanger than incite a joint rebellion. Eat up! Just remember, fries threaten your willpower far more than your immune system. Moving from concerns over nightshade vegetables, there's also a common claim about carrots enhancing night vision. Picture this, you're crunching carrots and suddenly see like a superhero at midnight. Thanks, Bugs Bunny. If carrots really gave night vision, rabbits would have staged a coup by now. Yet the popular myth persists. Chow down on carrots and you'll spot burglars in the dark, or at least avoid tripping over your cat. So during W. the Royal Air Force started shooting down enemy planes at night. British intelligence, clearly auditioning for veggie marketing gigs, announced, "It's all thanks to our carrot-crunching pilots." In reality, they were guarding a shiny new radar tech, way better than a salad in a dogfight. Let's clear it up. Carrots do pack beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, essential for regular vision. But unless you're vitamin A deficient, eating carrots won't turn your eyeballs into floodlights. For real night vision, NASA's goggles are a better bet. We adore these food myths because they're deliciously believable. Up next, the magical powers of other foods that have gotten more credit than they deserve. Stay tuned! Just as carrots are thought to affect vision, another widespread myth involves swallowed gum lingering in the body for years. Ever been warned that swallowing gum will glue your guts shut for 7 years? As if your stomach moonlights as a long-term Airbnb for juicy fruit. The classic myth says swallowed gum hunkers down, rent-free in your belly for 7 whole years, sticking to your insides like edible wallpaper. Let's pop that bubble. Your digestive tract isn't a haunted house, and gum isn't some clingy ghost haunting your gut with unresolved business. The truth? When you swallow gum, it travels through your system, largely intact, and makes a quick exit in just a few days. No mystical 7-year marathon. Sure, your body can't digest the gum's resin, but it's not burying a time capsule for future archaeologists to find during your next X-ray. Unless you've developed a bucket-swallowing habit, please don't try. Your insides aren't about to turn into a bouncy castle. So chew away, swallow occasionally, and rest easy. Next time someone warns you, you've got science, and your dignity, on your side. Besides misconceptions about swallowed gum, many parents worry that sugar intake causes hyperactivity in children. There's a birthday party in full swing, a table groaning under frosted cupcakes, and your kid bouncing off the walls like a pinball. Case closed. Sugar rush, right? We all know sugar turns sweet kids into pint-sized, party-crashing tornadoes. Every parent side-eyes the chocolate cake like it's a ticking time bomb, blaming every squeal on sucrose. But here's the kicker. Science calls that sugar-fueled chaos mostly baloney. Study after study watched kids devour cake, then monitored them like TSA agents eyeing carry-ons. Verdict? No more hyperactivity than after chomping on celery sticks. The real culprit? The party itself. Excited friends, balloons, and the nail-biting thriller called Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Parents expect a sugar storm, so they imagine one, even though scientists hunting for sugar highs found more buzz in diet soda. So while sugar won't turn your kid into the next Olympic sprinter, it'll keep your dentist happily employed. Pass the cupcakes, just don't skip the brushing. Shifting from sugar's effects, there's a popular belief that searing meat helps lock in its juices. Let's grill one of cooking's juiciest tall tales, that a fiery sear magically turns steak into a moisture fortress. You've heard it, sear your meat and abracadabra, all those flavorful juices get hermetically sealed inside. If that were true, my frying pan would moonlight as Tupperware. This comforting myth persists because both home cooks and BBQ mavens love picturing a golden brown crust as some kind of juice-locking armor. Spoiler alert, steaks don't come with built-in raincoats. Here's the real sizzle. Searing sparks the Maillard reaction, browning the meat into a delicious bronze and unleashing a flavor and aroma party. But a magical juice barrier? Science taps out on that one. Tests show seared and unseared steaks lose about the same amount of moisture. The only thing really locked in during my cooking sessions is the smoke alarm's unwavering attention. Want guaranteed juiciness? Nail your doneness, then let the steak rest like a champ. So why do these tasty myths hang around? Let's chew that over next. While searing technique is thought to preserve meat's flavor, some focus on meal timing, claiming eating after 6 p.m. leads to weight gain. Does your clock strike 6 p.m. and suddenly your fridge morph into a villain? For anyone who's ever eyed a slice of cheesecake at 6:01 p.m. only to hear their conscience chant warnings about instant love handles, take a breath. The old chestnut that eating after 6 p.m. transforms every snack into belly fat gold is about as scientific as blaming birthday candles for house fires. This myth likely rose from outdated diet tips and a generous misunderstanding of metabolism. Here's the real scoop. Your digestive system doesn't clock out or don pajamas at sunset. It works just as efficiently whether you're having breakfast at dawn or sneaking popcorn during a midnight movie. Night owls and shift workers aren't doomed to eternal muffin tops. Studies show total daily calories are the real culprits, not the hour on the clock. Unless your metabolism secretly turns into Cinderella at 6, relax. Your stomach has no curfew. Just keep an eye on what and how much you eat. In addition to timing meals, others are concerned that microwaving food destroys its nutrients. Ever wonder if your microwave is actually a ninja nutrient assassin in disguise? Some folks swear the little spinning box zaps every vitamin into oblivion. This myth probably surfaced when radiation was mentioned, and people instantly thought, there goes my healthy lunch. Cue visions of mutant veggies and vitamin-starved zombies clutching their hot pockets. But let's hit pause. The real villains behind nutrient loss? Heat, water, and cooking time. The usual suspects in every kitchen caper, not just microwave theater. In fact, because microwaves cook food fast and with minimal water, they often do a better job preserving delicate nutrients like vitamin C compared to boiling. So unless you're nuking your meal into an unrecognizable lava blob, your essential vitamins are safe. Science agrees. Microwaving, done right, is a nutrient-friendly fast pass. Translation? Your broccoli won't turn into a tasteless, invisible vitamin ghost. Just maybe don't let it become fridge fossilized either. Now how about that leftover casserole? Moving from cooking methods to food choices, many assume brown bread is always a healthier option than white bread. Step into the bread aisle, and you're entering a loaf-sized civil war. On one side, the noble brown breads. On the other, the pale, ghostly whites, each plotting to hijack your shopping cart. Conventional wisdom whispers that choosing brown bread instantly crowns you healthiest human ever. But is that fact, or just a carb-coated urban legend? This myth mushroomed during the low-carb craze, when brown bread donned a superhero cape and white bread got typecast as the glutinous villain. Truth is, brown bread often boasts more fiber. If it's genuinely whole wheat, and not just a loaf dyed darker than Grandpa's questionable hairline. Labels like wheat or multigrain sound virtuous, but can be about as healthy as a salad drenched in bacon and ranch. Here's the real slice. Some white breads, take a hearty sourdough, can flex serious nutrition muscles. Health isn't about a bread's sun-kissed hue. Otherwise, a spray tan would count as a vitamin. It's about ingredients and cunning processing. So next time you're loafing around the aisle, remember, not every brown loaf is a whole grain hero, and not every white is a total traitor. Let your bread choices rise above the color wars. Just as bread choices impact health perceptions, milk is widely regarded as essential for strong bones. Got calcium? If you buy every milk commercial, skipping your daily glass is like turning your bones into brittle breadsticks. The myth? Only a steady moo juice stream can keep your skeleton from crumbling. Sorry, cheddar fans. You can't build an ironclad skeleton on cheese and wishful thinking alone. Here's the real scoop. Milk has calcium, sure. But so do broccoli, kale, almonds, and those fortified non-dairy cartons sneaking in your fridge. Kale's unofficial motto? Anything milk can do, I can do greener. Fun twist. Some of the world's least milk-mad countries have lower osteoporosis rates than the milk-guzzling champs. And before you start treating milk like the fountain of youth, remember, bones want more than calcium-crunching moo. Vitamins D and K, magnesium, protein, and yes, a good workout, are all on the guest list. Otherwise, if milk made bones indestructible, every toddler would be flipping cars by kindergarten. So next time a celebrity sports a milk mustache, remind yourself, the marketing's lifting the heavy load, not the science. Beyond milk's benefits, detox waters are popularly believed to flush harmful toxins from the body. Think lemon water is the holy elixir that banishes your sins and your toxins? You're not alone. The myth of detox water bubbles through yoga studios and brunch tables alike, that with every cucumber slice you toss in, you're turning plain old H2O into a magic mop for your insides, sweeping out last night's fries and maybe a few regrets. But here's the zesty truth. Your body already has 2 VIP detox bouncers cracking the velvet rope, your liver and kidneys. These tireless organs hustle round the clock, kicking out the riffraff. No lemon wedge, ginger root, or lavender sprig needed. In fact, there's zero scientific backup for the idea that pimping your water makes these organs work any harder or smarter. Sure, staying hydrated is the real MVP. Just don't expect your detox water to pull off a one-person toxin heist. If it really worked, my daily commute would be healthier than kale. The real magic? You're just drinking water instead of soda. That said, if fancy spa drinks make you sip more, cheers. Just remember, your liver doesn't need a citrus sidekick, just a little love, and maybe ease up on the tequila next round. While detox waters promise cleansing effects, spicy foods are feared to cause stomach ulcers. Are hot wings secretly plotting a hostile takeover of your stomach lining? Relax. Your gut's not a war zone, and your lunch isn't staging a coup. For generations, the spicy food saga has painted chili peppers as fiery villains, torching your insides and carving out ulcers like a culinary demolition crew. Grandma's wisdom? Blame those peppers for everything. From heartburn to heartbreak. Time for a reality check. Ulcers usually crash the party thanks to a sneaky bacterium, Helicobacter pylori, or your go-to painkiller, not sriracha. Science shows no evidence that spicy food digs those peptic potholes directly. In fact, some studies suggest capsaicin, the fiery superstar, might actually help keep the bad bacteria off the guest list. Sure, heartburn often follows a showdown with extra hot salsa, but that's just your taste buds waving the white flag, not an ulcer sending an RSVP. For real ulcer defense, ditch the stress and maybe retire the ibuprofen. Blaming hot sauce for your stomach drama? That's like accusing your shoes for bumping into walls. Moving from food irritants to freshness, many think that fresh food is always healthier than frozen options. You wouldn't freeze your heart, but should you freeze your peas? The fresh versus frozen food feud rages on, with some folks treating a bag of frozen carrots like it's the nutritional equivalent of a boxed macaroni crime. The myth is simple. Fresh produce straight from the market stall must be healthier than anything in the frosty aisle. Let's thaw that chilly misconception. Reality check. Those fresh apples might have a longer travel resume than you, lounging in trucks or storage for days, sometimes weeks, before hitting the grocery shelf. Meanwhile, their frozen cousins get blanched and zipped into icy stasis within hours of harvest. So nutritionally, you're not losing vitamins. You're just putting them on ice. In fact, some nutrients like vitamin C take a nosedive over time, meaning frozen can outshine fresh in the vitamin showdown. And let's bust another myth. Frozen veggies aren't just sad TV dinner leftovers. Today's bags are often pure produce with zero weird additives. Use what you need, cut waste, and best of all, peas won't judge you for hiding in the back of the freezer. So next time you scan the produce aisle, remember, when it comes to health, frozen might just be the superhero your dinner deserves. Just as freshness is prized, there's a myth that habitual knuckle cracking leads to arthritis. Ever been scolded for cracking your knuckles at the dinner table as if you were summoning the arthritis demons? It's a rite of passage. One juicy pop, and suddenly every head swivels, eyes narrow, as if you've just cursed the meatloaf. The age-old myth, crack your knuckles, and arthritis will be knocking at your door. This belief probably caught fire because the sound is just so satisfying. Read, infuriating to everyone else. But here's the kicker. Cracking your knuckles doesn't wreck cartilage, erode joints, or send you on a one-way trip to Arthritisville. That pop? Just bubbles bursting in your synovial fluid. A tiny spa day for your fingers. No dark magic involved. Science even has a hero tale. One doctor cracked his left hand for decades, just to spite the myth, and discovered zero difference. So relax. The only thing knuckle cracking will actually hurt is your shot at a peaceful family dinner. Arthritis, much like your patience, is nowhere in sight. In addition to joint concerns, some believe that eating chocolate causes acne breakouts. Ever blame that sneaky chocolate bar for your sudden breakout? You're not alone. Many swear that chocolate is a one-way ticket to Pimpleville. This myth has haunted snackers since the first acne-prone teen nervously grabbed a Hershey's Kiss in public, dreaming of clear skin and forbidden sweets. But here's the plot twist. Science has struggled to connect plain chocolate with acne. It's actually the high sugar and dairy in some treats, not the cocoa itself, that tends to make your skin revolt. In fact, dark chocolate, the moody, misunderstood cousin, comes packed with antioxidants that might just improve your complexion. If chocolate caused acne, Willy Wonka would be rocking the skin of a pepperoni pizza. The real culprits? Hormones, genetics, and lifestyle choices, not your midnight chocolate rendezvous. So go ahead, indulge in moderation. Unless you're smearing it on your face, chocolate probably isn't the villain behind your zits. Finally, from worries about chocolate's effects, we turn to the belief that the 5-second rule makes dropped food safe to eat. Ever dropped your snack, glanced around, and declared, 5-second rule? Ah, the sweet, naive optimism of a snack hero. The legend insists your food is magically shielded from germs if you swoop in under 5 seconds, like a pit crew for your chips. But where did this rule come from? Nobody knows, but I'm guessing it was dreamed up by a hungry person with flexible morals and a high tolerance for microbial roulette. Here's the truth. Bacteria aren't contestants in a game show called Beat the Clock. There's no invisible referee blowing the whistle once you hit 5 seconds. In fact, germs pounce instantly. Especially if your snack is moist, damp foods attract bacteria like teenagers to pizza. Add a dirty floor, and you might as well be sprinkling salmonella straight onto your cookie. So next time your snack takes a dive, remember, it's not a grace period, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet for bacteria. Now, who's ready to debate the 10-second rule?